everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Professors. I'm here with Super today. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing fantastic. It's good to be back. I think this is my my fourth time on the segment, so it's good to be here.
Yeah, it's always really exciting to, have a chance. It's just you and I, without the casting desk. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit more laid back, get to have a little bit more fun here. And I see that we're going to be learning a little bit about Nia today. You want to preface us a little bit about her? I mean, anything you want to
Yeah,
say?
I would say she's pretty interesting. She definitely fits that backline mage role. Her numbers I would say are pretty high. Like she is able to, burst down a lot of I would say players pretty quickly, but obviously she does have the downside of, being that immobile mage. So don't really exactly know where she lies, but I would say on the stronger side, but we have to see later tonight because I think she is going to be released in ranked later today. Because I think it is Monday, so that the hotfix should come through in a couple hours. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so we get to have the fun before any other changes do come through here. But it'll be fun. Give everyone a taste to see what it's gonna be like here before she's out in ranked. So I think we can hop right into it here. We'll go through a build with you all and kind of go through all the steps of that. See what items she wants, what augments, all of that fun stuff here. So yeah, we'll pull that up here.
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. So this build, was actually created by Fruitcake, and if you guys know who Fruitcake is in the community, he usually does a lot of math on numbers. So this build I actually really like as well because usually, um, I usually look at exactly what goes into item builds and augments as well. I just changed a couple of stuff because I thought, maybe some of the augments could have been adjusted, but the build is going to be a straight two zoner, so it's going to be a really quick build. You are just able to jump straight into school and into stream. It is going to be utilizing that new White Witch hat that was released in the last patch. It's a really good headpiece for the amount of stats it has. And then your other items, you're going to have Elegance, Commander's Armor, Drop Near, and Delta Red. So this build utilizes the 35% CDR on base build. But the reason for that is we can go later into the augments. Tactical skills is going to be obviously Blink. It's a really nice augment, the most versatile augment in the game where you're just able to just blink to follow up maybe on your teammates engage or to blink away into safety. Jumping into augments. So the reason why we're on 35% CDR is so we can utilize the Overwatch augment. We're able to get an extra 10 skill amp because you're able to get that extra 5% CDR for that overcap. And then we're going to be on stopping power and red spray as our main augment. Red spray is just probably the best augment for those poke backline mages because you're just able to get more just consistent damage or burst damage onto your opponent. Stopping power is really good because you combo a lot of your damage in a pretty short amount of time. It's like a really small window where you just dump all your skills on this character. So having that extra armor pen is really good. And you got to dismantle Goliath, backline mage or backline carry. You always run dismantle because most of the time you're gonna have less amount of HP than your opponent because you do have that smaller HP pool. And then Anima Reaper is just a really good augment for extra stats. You kill those barriers, you get some takedowns, you get that extra skill out.
Awesome. And I think last thing here, well, second to last thing, I should say, we have late game items here. We'll kind of highlight that. I mean, there's probably a lot of options, so we'll try to get through all of them that we can here for you.
So late game items, this is going to be the default here. Usually if you're playing a backline mage, you really like going to Dragon Scale. Dragon Scale is a really good item on these backline mage carries. Having that extra armor pen is really good. It does a lot of damage, and I think most of the time Dragon Scale is going to be like your first upgrade. It's going to be the upgrade that gives you the most amount of damage. You're going to be running Altair, so I think the ordering should be like this. So usually builds, I would say on the KR side, have it ordered in priority on what you want. So we're going to go Dragon Skill first. Holy Order is ideally second, but getting another 4 score is going to be a little tough. And then it's probably going to be Turbine, Altair, and Killer Heals. Last Killer Heals. It's just an extra item you could slam if you have that extra 4 score. There's like there is going to be a lot of other options as well that you could utilize. Maybe you could go Iron Maiden because it is just raw damage or raw armor pen. But Lexus heal for your boot slots as well. So I could just add these in. So these are options for your boots. You could have for your headpiece. The only other option you could probably go is upper mask. There's a lot of items that you can mix and match with in the game, depending on the items you get. So for instance, you could also go Elegant Gown and Persona instead in this build. right? If you get another mithril, it's just gonna depend, and you kind of just have to work your build on the fly a lot of the time if you do want to, start slamming these items. But obviously, this game is a 3-player squads game, so if you can't use the item, just give it to your teammate.
All right. Is there any other blood options that she can go as well? If anyone is curious out there, I believe I saw one
Yeah,
question
blood
about it.
weapon obviously is probably the first slam you would go, because blood weapon just in general for DPS characters gives you a lot of damage. I think it's about like 10% armor pen. You get extra amp as well compared to Altair. Let's see the difference. It's 26 amp and 10% armor pen, which is a lot of stats. So in terms of priority, it's probably a weapon first. You could probably go upper mass second, and then you can maybe slam like a red shoes. But if you don't really have like the upgrade, if you're sitting on purple, then just go whatever slot is open.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. And then I think last we have skill leveling here. So I'll just kind of highlight all of her skills, kind of talk about it a bit before we go into practice tool and kind of show them off here.
Yeah, so you got an arcade drop. It's just a small little AoE circle that does a decent amount of damage. You got point sync. This is the ability that sort of mix and matches with arcade drop. Is when you do end up using point sync, all of the arcade drop little circles that is placed on the floor will all fly over to where the point sync is, and point sync will um has a little AoE that will basically bunch up your enemies together, and it's gonna combo with arcade drop, where the little balls that are on the floor are gonna fly over to the point sync, and it's a lot of burst damage if you do end up prepping some of your arcade drops. I'll be able to show you guys once we get into that training testing phase. But basically, these two together, you always use these two together. You usually just drop a arcade drop down and then use point sync, and it's a lot of burst damage. You do have one up. This is where I would say the skill check I would say of this character comes in. One up is one of those skills that's really hard to use correctly, just because the window for one up the buff is really short. It's like 2.5 seconds. So if you don't utilize this skill right, where she's able to block lethal damage, one hit of lethal damage, and then after like a couple seconds she's gonna get like a bunch of HP, and she'll get movement speed to run away. A lot of people are like, it's really hard to use a skill right, because you need to know exactly when you're going to be taking that lethal damage, right? If you don't use it in that window, or if you use it too early, the skill is just going to be nothing, right? You just use it, you get the buff, and then it goes away, and basically going to be playing down a skill. So yeah, you're gonna have to use a skill right if you do want to, sort of outplay your opponents. A lot of people kind of forget about the one up as well, so they're gonna try killing you. You press the one up button, you get that extra HP, and then you're able to maybe close out the team fight there. The ultimate, it's like a big AoE square where you're just able to just spam your arcade drops, and a lot of the times you just use this as a arcade drop reset. But sometimes when you do get into a really long team fight, and there's a bunch of enemies in that range, you're just able to put this down, and you're able to get a lot of value on it. And then you have the passive at the very end here. It's just some extra damage for the character. If they get below a certain threshold, when you get a bunch of stacks on your opponents by just hitting skills, hitting basic attacks, they enter like an execute range, where if the amount of damage stored up from the passive exceeds the amount of HP they have, they will just die. So it's just extra damage for the character.
Awesome. All right, now it looks like we have like a skill order down here. Quick, we can go over that real quick before we go into practice tool.
Yeah, you definitely want to, I would say, max your passive first, because it's just extra skill damage. So whenever you have the option to level up your passive, just go ahead and level it up. And then you're going to want to level up your main skill damage, which is going to be your arcade drop here. It's a pretty short cooldown, especially if you are hitting it as well. If you're hitting your point sync and your arcade drops, they kind of reduce the cooldown for each other. So you want to make sure you're hitting your arcade drops and you're leveling your arcade drop right after your passive, because this is just like your main damage ability. You just spam your arcade drops down, and then it's going to be obviously your ultimate too. So technically the order is your passive, your alts. Your alt you always level on like almost every character whenever it's available to level, just because on most characters it's like your your most damaging ability or the ability that matters the most. In this case as well, I would say you definitely level your ultimate because the cooldown gets reduced as well. So it's going to be your passive, your ult, arcade drop, point sync, and then your one up. Your one up, usually you're not going to be able to get this multiple times in a team fight, so it's not going to really matter when you level it up, because I think the only thing you get when you level up is a cooldown reduction. I think you get some HP back too, but it's mainly just there for, you know, taking that extra lethal damage point.
Cool. Well, I think we can go right into the practice tool here. We'll run through like the route of the build, and then we'll just kind of go through the abilities again, so everyone can kind of see it more in action too.
Let me link my. So if you guys want to try the build out yourself, I'll put it in chat for you guys. It is 69579. And yeah, let's jump straight into the training here. So I'll go over the route real quick. It is a really quick build. It's just school, stream, so you're able to get all your items at school, TP, you utilize a teleport to get into stream, and you're able to get up really quick and try to look for some early game picks maybe, or just you're able to start farming a lot faster than, you know, these other players that might be on, you know, those three zoner builds.
All right, yeah, well, we're getting in. There we go. We're in.
All right, so just do some quick looting. Able to use the lily here. Gonna walk down. This build does need 3 leather, so I would recommend maybe try killing the chickens over here. Able to get both the chickens. Teleport down to stream.
And is there any like items that you're also grabbing along the way to get to prep for later items?
You can see the inventory is a little clogged, so usually I don't, but I mean after the build I'll start grabbing some items here in stream. I think there are a couple items that you can grab right after, because you do have a lot of downtime because you finish your build really fast here. So yeah, I'm already done my build, and it's still about a minute before any wolves are spawning. I'd recommend obviously taking the cams once you're done your build, grab some food, and then you can start looking for your wolf rotation. So it's either gonna be the wolves up here, you can grab the wolves, and then you can grab the wolves up in temple, or you can go down here in hospital. You can grab this wolf rotation as well.
Yeah, a couple different options. Yeah, streams is such a nice zone to end. You got wolves, you got the campfire.
Yeah, you got a campfire there as well, so you could grab some food, make some food. I don't think you really need SP on this character, or you don't think you need to make any SP, because SP costs are pretty small. I think in general as well, because of the way they changed SP, you don't really need to make SP items anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just do this like farm rotation here. I think usually these farms gonna be free, but if you see a ping down here, you can just walk up to temple. Grab these walls, grab the temple rolls, maybe rotate over into police, and then you play for. If you're down in hospital, you can play for the dog pack here, or you can play for the bears in stream, coming up on the next rotation. So a lot of different options, I would say, in the stream, in this 2-zoner.
Yeah, for sure. And then yeah, let's go over the abilities here now that it just hit nighttime, so you know it's a great time to go through abilities.
Yeah.
A little bit dark. It's okay.
So let's get the dummy up here. I'm just gonna spam level to level 20. So this character, I would say, is relatively easy to play. I would say she has a pretty low skill floor. She plays a lot like the other burst mages. I would say she's most familiar mage is probably kind of like Adela, where you're just looking for these angles to get your sort of your knight combo. But in this case, it's going to be the point sync and the arcade drop. So you just use QW together, and you can see how much damage it did. 2,000 damage on that dummy there. So I'm gonna put some defense on it to get like a more realistic number, but usually you're able to just burst down any backliner or any squishy character. If you just use your QW together, it's still doing like about like 900 damage. So that's usually like about half a backliner's HP bar. the combo I usually just do, it's pretty easy. Just QW, you pop alt, and the alt resets your arcade drop. And you just throw another Q down, and you can see I did 2,300 HP, which is... that will kill any backliner, so...
Party up and farm some mobs.
Awesome.
So
And then,
just
yeah.
easy, yeah, it's QW. So, and then they're usually going to be CC locked here, because they're basically forced to be pulled back with the W. Like the point sync will pull them back in. The QW, and then you RQ, and then it should do it should do a lot of damage on them. So I do think her numbers are really high in terms of like the amount of damage she does. But yeah, she's a pretty basic mage. You just kind of look for your angles to just, you know, sort of drop your Qs down, and then QW, I would say, are together. You just use QW at the same time, and then it should catch a lot of people, and it should burst a lot of people down. In the later stages in the game, maybe if you're taking zone control, you could maybe prep your Qs as well. Like you can maybe get this is more unrealistic because I'm full CDs, but let's say we don't have full cooldowns here. It might take a little long, but you could slowly start dropping your Qs down if you're maybe taking control of the final zone. And then if you ever catch them with a W here, all three are going to fly over, and it's going to do a lot of damage. So yeah, they definitely have to, you know, sort of watch out for that. Throwing your Qs down as well, like it's just a skill shot that you sort of have to hit. Pretty, I would say a pretty simple mage for a lot of people to pick up if you do want to, or if you are looking to, you know, play a like backline mage carry. I would say NiaH is pretty easy. Obviously, the one downside to this character is that she doesn't have an escape, right? Like other characters, they may have a dash, they could have some CC to peel them off. Like maybe Adina has like some movement speed. Adela has her rook to get away, right? This character is a sitting duck, so you gotta make sure you're positioning well and you're able to utilize the one-up nicely into other players, right? Gotta make sure you're using it so you don't die when you get dived on.
Does the one up, like when you use it, what does it look like? Is there any like indicators that's when you okay, it's just
yeah, and you saw how short that window was, right? It's only 2.5 seconds. So if you use it at a really bad time, they don't kill you, and they kill you after, then you're just playing down ability. I've had that happen a lot as well, where I would press the button and then I just don't die, and then they kill me like the second the buff goes down. So you have to make sure you use at the perfect time when you're about to take that lethal damage threshold.
Awesome. Is there anything else you wanted to show before we go into customs here? Or not customs, I read Storms. I was so used to saying customs from the old times.
I don't think so. I mean, obviously, since you are playing for that one-shot potential, you could obviously look for angles with your blink. Like you could blink forward and then you QW. That combo usually catches out a lot of people because you're not gonna be ready for, you know, the instantaneous just burst damage coming through with all the skills coming. The one obviously, and another downside to this character as well is that her skills aren't like that fast, where, you know, they are kind of reactable, right? If the W does end up coming down and it's not right on top of someone, they could just sort of sidestep it. So definitely have to watch out for that as well.
We just had an idea. I saw production added me to something. They're saying to like spawn like Wick or Gamma to be able to show the E and exactly how it works. Like almost die to Wick. Or die to it, sure. You know what to do.
Let's hope I time it right here.
Yeah, this is a test.
I think she could probably solo it as well. Oh, maybe not. I mean, with alt.
Maybe if we hit our E.
Oh, that's true. So press E, and then we get the one up, and we don't die. You know, just like that.
Feels like a boss battle.
But yeah, the window is really small, so you gotta be a little careful. Doesn't look like she could solo Wick, but actually, it's probably because I'm also full purple item and not gold item. If I was full gold item here, let me actually see if I can. Let's take a look here. Let's get the full item list. And let's get the full HP. Maybe get some food as well. Maybe like some. Can you even get chicken here? I think so, right?
It's literally to the right, above your
Okay.
water.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. I could order it here as well. I forgot.
Your demon nurse is running
All right,
around.
let's do a wick line. Where's wick line? All right.
It's so intimidating. I like how they still have like the entrance animation. It's like, whoa.
I guess if you kite it, I mean, it should be pretty easy to do it, especially if you're eating food as well. Yeah, she could solo wick pretty easily. It looks like. Yeah, actually didn't really take any damage there, or really much damage at all. As long as you're eating food, because food is obviously really important. I always say this every separate professors for like newer players. If you're learning the game, just learn how to eat food, and you'll probably be better than like half the players on the server. I would say.
Yeah, eating food is very important indeed.
But yeah,
All
I think that is probably all I wanted to say for the testing part of the stream here, because yeah, this character doesn't really have too many intricate combos. It's just QW, should be a lot of damage. If you're feeling spicy and you want to try one-shotting them, QW and alt, and the alt is just used as a arcade drop reset. So you just QW alt, and then the Q comes back instantly, and then you just drop another Q down, and should kill most backliners or most squishy characters.
Awesome. Well, I think we are ready to go whenever you are here.
Yeah. Could jump into a norms here. Oh, my escape key is not working.
Oh.
We'll have to restart my game, it looks like. That is odd. I don't know why I can't escape out of this.
It's a little awkward.
All right.
No, that is too funny. Well, we can just do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, Alt F4.
Well, our special third guest is the team member of someone who actually who won the Omega block from ERCS this weekend. We have Sang Wu joining you and I today. So
Sang Wu.
yeah, it'll be an interesting one here, but it's okay. We made some requests of him for some characters to play, so it'll be a fun time once we get you back in here.
Yeah, I mean, he played really well yesterday, so definitely deserved first place. Unfortunately, though, you know, no Flame still outscored over the block, so
Yeah,
they'll be going to the wild cards. You know, it is what it is.
yeah. I know it's already coming up so fast too,
Yeah.
but that's okay. Everyone's gonna be like in prime shape. They don't need any warm ups anymore. Like you guys already played, so everything has been going good. But other than that, I did see someone ask about Necronomicon earlier. They're asking if that was like a direct upgrade to Dragon Scale. What are your thoughts on that?
It's always tough between Necro and D-Scale, because D-Scale has more armor pen, but Necro has slightly more amp. I'm pretty sure the armor pen actually out damages the extra amp you get. It's like 5% extra, I think, armor pen, right? I think Necro has 10% armor pen, while Dragon Scale has 15.
Okay.
Unless they ended up changing it. Let me quickly check here. Oh no, Necro has 15 as well. So I think they did end up buffing it. So it is a straight upgrade from Dragon Scale. So if you ever do get that blood item, sure, definitely put it on. If you don't have any other upgrade, because I mean it's not that big of an upgrade. It's only 10% extra amp compared to Dragon Scale, but it does have that Giga heal cut. So if you need that heal cut, compared or in the lobby, if you are fighting a lot of maybe drain tanks or a lot of characters that could heal a lot, then you know, having that dragon or having that Necronomicon might actually help.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it looks like we are all here too, so you can. Oh, you did start us up. You're ready to go. Look at that. All right. So, since we're waiting here, we can kind of talk about like team comps a little bit, since that's something that we haven't really gotten to highlight on. What are your thoughts on good team comps for Nia?
I would say any sort of character that could lock down a target. So like any tank, maybe like 11, 11 Alonzo. I mean, Nikki had a lot of popularity during ERM and ERCS. She's a really strong character. I'd probably say Nikki is probably her best pairing with her, just because you're able to follow up on the period uppercut and burst some of these targets down. Just any character that could lock someone down and hold them still for a second for Nia to use her combo with, I would say. So yeah, any of those characters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see someone saying Bianca Yan would be funny. That's a kind of a funny one. You have a lot of AoE, everyone in the box.
Oh yeah, you put your box down, or I guess you
Yeah.
have two boxes and you have a huge Bianca ult. I can see that working, but I don't think she really works well with those type of dive characters. I think she works more better in that front to back type teams, just because unlike Adela, or Adela has her Brook follow up, she's able to get in there with the dive. Nia can't really do that, so she kind of has to play that like front to esque or front to back esque type team comp.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so you focused on getting that extra CC so she can land her abilities. I'm guessing you just want to, and it sounds like you just want the classic like 80 carry mage big tank guy.
The other backliner, I don't think, or the other pick, I think can just be a flex pick, but
Yeah.
definitely want like a tank or like a melee character that can sort of lock them down. The reason why I'm
Mhm.
not saying like you fully want a tank is just because Nikki is not really a tank, but
Yeah.
she sort of is, and like Nikki is really good with Nia. So there's like some characters that I think have that lockdown potential that I think would work really well at Nia. Maybe Leon as well. Like Tonfa Leon could do well with Nia too.
Yeah, for sure. So we have a couple options going in on this here. We'll see what we can cook up when we get into these games here shortly. I don't think I saw any other questions. Just a reminder to everyone, you can ask. It doesn't necessarily have to be Nia related. Like if you're newer or you just had questions about the game in general, don't be shy to ask. We can definitely answer them for you here. But yeah, we're just waiting to get in on this here. We already did talk about a little bit that Nia's gonna be available in ranked after tonight. So that'll be a good time to play her. You got your professors, you get your practice in, and then you can play in ranked.
Yeah,
And boom.
Nia stonks up. Everyone invest right now. Invest in Nia.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what everyone else brings to the table. And like, look at that, you're gonna have a build ready to go, so you don't have to do a lot of experimenting with that. You're just primed and ready to go for ranked this evening. Whoa.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see a lot of Nias being picked. I mean, when
Yeah.
when a new character is or released for ranked, usually you see like a lot of, or day one, a lot of people playing it, and then they slowly start to pivot away, and then you're gonna have like the actual mains picking up the character. You have to see who exactly is gonna be the ones sticking on it. I don't know exactly if she will get hotfix nerf, just because yeah, I don't know, her numbers are pretty high, so she seems pretty strong. But on the downside, she also does have a lot of outplay potential in the sense that her abilities are sort of easy to dodge, and she is a sitting duck, right? She doesn't really have any escape aside from her pistol skill to get her away. And the 1-up as well, there is like a small window when you kill her in that 1-up to kill her again before the healing comes through. So she does have like a lot of downsides, but I think her damage is good enough that her downsides aren't going to outweigh that. But we'll have to see when she is going to be released later today.
This is a good question. I didn't even really talk about this that much. Someone said how to deal with being inside of the enemy Nia ulti.
You just walk away. Like you just walk out of it.
But what happens when you
might
walk
get
out of it?
You will get stunned out of the like on the wall, but you could sort of just walk past her or walk out of it all. You don't really have to, like, if you stay in there. I mean, sometimes you get locked down by CC and you're basically stuck in there, and that's like a different story entirely, right? But you can also blink past the wall as well, which I
Okay.
think is something that a lot of people don't know about. Is if you angle your blink correctly, then the blink will just go straight over it, and then you won't get stunned.
Okay. Nice to know. Yeah, so that's a little bit of a tidbit of information if you're against the Nia. So if you're ever on the other side of things, I mean, we kind of talked about that. I mean, like what? So we talked about her weakness is that she's very immobile. Like, what are characters that are really going to be a struggle for her to deal with?
I would say just any dive character. If you just dive on top of her, you could probably kill her most of the time, right? Like I guess there's like a lot of dive characters in the game, like Isaac. I'm looking at some of the lobby here. Isaac, Felix. Like if you just get on top of her, she doesn't really have an escape to get out, and you're gonna have to rely on your tank to maybe try to peel you off.
No, whenever I ask that question, whenever I ask that, I always just think of Daniel. Like he's always my go-to. Like what's the one
Daniel
character?
will be another one as well.
Yeah, it's like what's the one character you don't want to deal with? Well, it's you know, the Daniel special. But it looks like we are getting in here. So since we're in game and everything, when it comes to early objectives, what is it that you'd prefer to get?
I think this build has a tree slam, so I guess it would be the tree. All the other ones are like 4 scores and mid-build. So this is a pretty expensive build because it's running 3-4 scores. You could just play for the meteor as well. You just run crampons instead if you want to play like a cheaper build. But yeah, when you are playing a mage, I think it's fine to play for a more extensive build because your teams can sort of funnel you if possible.
Yeah, that is true. I'm the one getting bullied a little bit. What the? All right, we will get you your 4 scores. Don't you worry.
All right. Oh,
As in, super will get you.
This guy's not building. I think he might be a new player.
Okay, so we have Mai. So you got some CC that you can combo off of. We'll have to see if we can get it done here.
What is the thing over here? We can maybe look for this. Let me grab the wolves over here first. Oh. Using alt as a Q reset, and there she goes. Sometimes you just rip the ult there. You don't have to hold it for those big angles where you see like 3 or 4 people like stacked up. You could just use it as like a Q reset, and it's totally fine.
How long is the ulti cooldown? Is it like, is it on the longer side or?
Let's see here. It is 80 seconds at level 1, and then 60 when you level it down to level 3.
Okay. Not too bad. Sangsu sees somebody. He's on to the chase.
These are coming up really soon, so just play for these. Then here, since we saw pings in cemetery, they're doing the dogs over there. I think we just rotate up into stream, grab the bears over here. Then we could look for maybe the bears in temple as well. So in this rotation, you definitely always want to look for the packs, so either the dog packs or the chicken packs, or bears. So you want to try hitting as many of those zones up as possible. And you want to avoid when you see pings on your mini map. You don't want to be walking into a zone that's already farmed up, right? So.
How do you say, how is her farming speed? Is it pretty decent?
It's
like
pretty
if I left
fast. Yeah, it's pretty fast just because of the fact that she has her passive. So her passive is actually able to execute, because it isn't just flat damage on her passive. You're able to execute animals pretty quickly, so.
Okay. So if like we had the urge just to leave you to these bears alone, it would be taboo.
Yeah, I would be able to do them like really quick.
Okay. Nice to know. And so you did do a good job with soloing Wix, so it's pretty chill.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
All right, so here, since we're nowhere near any other objective, we're just gonna walk down to stream for the tree, because that is our closest one we want to contest for here on this rotation. So on the day 2 rotation, you want to contest for either tree, meteor, or wolf packs. I mean, wolf pack isn't the worst, but obviously an item is a lot more value if you can get one of those trees or meteors. Just gonna rotate down here. Grab the tree. On your way as well, when you are entering zones, just look for your prep if you can. I'm pretty guilty of not grabbing prep a lot of the time, but it's always worth grabbing because you don't want a -15 calling in your items when you are trying to get your transitions online. So now we're gonna rotate down here. So in this rotation as well, this is when wolves usually respawn, so you want to look for those wolf zones if they were killed on the right timer. So since we did farm the wolves down here, these should be back up very shortly, and we can do these wolves. And we want to look for enough credits for us to call in 4 scores. So the next buy-in, or on the next rotation, we want to have our 4 scores up if possible. I think this is the... yeah, so we're going to grab all these wolves here. And you want to try to farm up enough credits to get your 4 score buy-ins, because the early you get your 4 score buy-ins, like the stronger you're going to be. Like having the triple 4 score buy-in is a huge power spike compared to the rest of the lobby. And I think we should be able to get them up nicely here because we did farm well. We're able to get a lot of farm on the minimap. So we should have our 4 scores here before the next objective contest, which is going to be alphas and purple boxes.
Which one would you like to go to?
So this is like the day 2 4 score tempo buy. So I'm getting my buys in here. And if you can get the tempo buys, you are going to be so much stronger than the rest of the lobby.
Yeah, the tempo buys are actually pretty crazy, so...
Because
I
most
think
of the
someone has a
time,
present for
yeah.
you.
If
Oh,
most
there's someone here too.
teams... Oh, hold on. Graphing? Coming in now?
I'm gonna get ulted maybe? Yeah, I'm just gonna die.
Let me see if I can get away here. Oh. Okay, so I missed time my
That's okay, it's
I used it a little too early. I actually thought I would have died from the bite combo, but I think he used the bite combo like a little too slow.
No, it's okay. It's the
Or he did it in a rotation where, you know, the 1-up would go down first before a proc. So that was I would say that was pretty well played by him, that he just baited it out first. Right, there was a buy here.
There's one below.
I'm gonna come down. Good way to look for this fight. Nice.
Sexy who's fighting for his life!
Should we dead here? Look to maybe finish him. He's stuck in CC. That's one downside to using the ultimate as well, is we'll be stuck in that CC.
I got you, buddy. Don't you worry. They can have their fun.
There we go. Well, you will be basically locked down. So a lot of the times you don't want to be just holding down your ultimate, because yeah, it just gives free reign for other people to sort of just kill you when you're just, you know, sitting there trying to do damage in your ult. We're gonna grab all the farm here because it's all back up.
I don't think that's something we really talked about too much, about how you're like stuck in your ulti and it's a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
Probably something to keep an eye on for sure.
Teleport over, and we can grab this tree here. I think I could slam it. I'm probably gonna just gonna call a 4 score if that's okay, or make it into a 4 score.
It is your professor. Oh, there's someone right here.
Oh. Nice.
Okay, we get the tree, you get your second 4 score, you're like Giga online, and then surely, like, the rest of the game is yours. Like, we don't have to do anything anymore.
Yeah, let me quickly call in here, because you probably wanna call in on this buy. If you see your teammates have like about, you know, 200 plus credits each, You want to make your way over to a kiosk so you can get those buy-ins. So we could get a buy here before the enemy team comes in. Maybe we could get our force for buy-in, and then we could maybe fight the team because I think they're all going to come down to contest us here. This is Slam Killer heals because we want to look for the team fight. We'll look in, look to go in. Maybe kill Leon here. Waiting for the taunt.
That's a good taunt.
Actually, we weren't able to one-shot him, but he is pretty low. Look for an angle.
Not gonna talk about how I have a force crit in my inventory ready to craft, but it's fine.
Uh-oh. Unfortunately, we don't have the HP bars there. So like when you see your, you know, when you see your teammates make a bad play like that, like you could just go use the voice line. You say thanks, and Nia will remember that. We get the res here, maybe in fire.
Okay. I will start going. Or you will start going?
Yeah. I think we could both go together. We could.
Oh yeah.
go
I
to
see
the
what you're
research
saying.
center.
I see. Yeah. I'm picking up what he's putting down.
All right, we can look for the mega here.
It was close, but unfortunate. All right. It's okay. This is the one. So is this what your holy order is?
Yeah, I guess I'm here. Give this vitality to your tank, because usually it's fine to put a disalignment, but since I'm on Dismantle Goliath, which is an augment that scales with the less amount of HP I have, you don't want to get that extra HP basically. I'll be doing less damage. Alright, let's grab all the farm here. We do see temple or archery reopening. You can see there's a meteor in a box coming. The meteor is already down there, so it's going to be a huge temple swing for us if we quickly grab it.
Oh my gosh, and we get the upgraded chest piece. Let's go.
Nice.
Not too shabby.
It's like always when you're entering a new zone, just make sure you hit the consoles. So I entered from this side because I knew the zone was reopening. Hit the console so you could see if anyone walks in. And we just grab all the farm here. Oh, there's an item here if you want it. It's gonna be a tree. Like a tree?
Oh, would I like a tree? Sure. Do you want this one?
Oh, meteor. I'll take the mithril.
Oh. Okay.
Or you want to play for Wickline? Wickline's going to be spawning. So Wickline always spawns in the middle of the research center zones. So it's either going to be, since these two are the only ones that are open, it's going to be School or Forest. You can take a look here. Always open your map 1 minute before the objectives spawn, because it'll show you where the boxes are, where the next objectives are, and you want to know where they are so you can start pathing towards them. And you can start contesting. I'm gonna blink here because I'm on luck and should die. He does have that like burst potential if he can find an angle to get the pick. He's able to blink in, get that burst damage down, and right there you saw I just used the ultimate as a Q reset, so we got like a lot of damage down on them.
They just res too. Oh.
Good taunt, no taunt. Oh, I'm dead here. Oh. Look for this. Go on.
You guys good? Because I'm fine, but I have to catch up to you guys. It's a little awkward.
She got the 1-up proc. So, yeah, this is a little tough. Can't really walk up here. Yeah.
Execute turn!
Maybe you guys can look to res here. I think she's probably dead. I'm gonna die here as well.
Yeah.
Blacked out.
No!
You can still res in school here, I think, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm basically holding all my abilities to look for the taunt here, because usually you want to follow up, but you know if the taunts aren't coming through, then I guess I like you have to be a little more proactive.
We got it, we got it right there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take the res. Nice, good damage rack. We could actually win here. Uh-oh.
I lost vision. They were in the bush. That is so unfortunate.
Keep walking and nobody explodes.
Don't think I can get the res here.
No time to shine. Full combat.
I think they have the characters that do not like your character.
I do have the dive characters. I mean, that team fight wasn't too bad, but
Of the gas
yeah.
station then.
Let's see, can I get here in time? I don't think so.
Illusory wall ahead.
Lumi's gonna zoom away, unfortunately. I don't think I
That
have
is
enough credits to
crazy.
get both of us back anyways, but yeah, I'm gonna have to look for the Lumi swing around. It's gonna come down to warehouse. I think we could probably make it in time there.
The Lumi swing around. It's
Two
okay. We
teams
get to see the flying animation. Look at that.
Oh, that's true. You can see they are right over there, so should be able to get Lumi here. Oh, they're coming though. Oh, I don't know if I could actually reach it in time before it goes in. I think I can. I farmed up enough credits perfectly for us to all come back here, so... Alright. Can play for maybe this meteor here. This team is looking really strong. They're on through 4 bloods, it looks like. It might be a little tough for us, but if we can find an angle, maybe onto the back line or something. Like onto Theodore. Coming down. Theodore still has a wick buff. Oh, it's late game. We're just gonna call some cams so we can have some vision here because this is gonna go nighttime vision. So you want to make sure you can see where your opponents are as a backliner.
Guess the housing upgrade isn't until later.
I should memorize the choreography and lines ahead of time.
Yeah, they got the double healing.
Do have Theodore Charlottes. I don't think any of our poke damage will stick. We're gonna have to look for like maybe a one-shot angle onto Dio.
Yeah.
It's possible, you know, if the Mai gets a good taunt here, I could look to one-shot him. Try to play out of vision. So we don't know.
It's all empty. Surely it doesn't get foggy too.
Help you.
Yeah. That doesn't matter though, unfortunately. They're just too strong! Oh? Oh no, the team is coming! We don't have enough items!
Yeah, a little unfortunate. A little unfortunate there. They are sitting on 4 bloods.
That's okay.
静けさというのでしょうね。
My CC just not long enough. It's so sad. Okay, but Sigsigoo on the run. Running for
Get
its life!
away! I don't think so. He's dead. I mean, maybe he can. No. No.
Oh, nah. I think... Nah. It's not enough! That's what I'm saying. Katja's D-tier character. Like, it was doomed. Like, what do I do?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good engage from the Yon there. Able to get that, I think. Because they were sitting around in the bush as well, so
Yeah.
it was a little hard to play around.
It's all good. It happens. That's why we do 2 games. It's like, you get the warm-up
That's
game.
true. That's true.
Yeah. You get to see what's going on. Good to get a feel of what's going on, and yeah, we just move along our merry way. I thought we were promised an 11. What happened to that?
That is true. That is true. Maybe
Now
we'll
11
be pulling
feels
out 11
there.
this game.
All right, here's a question. Is it worth to semi-spam Qs kind of like Idella to have a bigger W damage, or is it better to have the cooldown available to just farm?
It's fine to spam the Qs if it's like final zone and you're not really doing anything, if that makes sense, right? So it's kind of like, let's say you're at a standoff with another team and you're not really looking for anything. You could just spam the Qs down if you want to look for that big burst damage on the W. But usually you just use it to poke as well. Like you just walk up and you could slowly start to press your keys. But obviously if it's like a certain matchup where you can't walk up, then yeah, dropping down your Qs are fine to charge up your W. But most of the time you don't, because you usually just use your Q and W together. And if you're not gonna have like your Q cooldown for your W, you're not gonna be able to do like that much damage on your burst.
What do you think about Hisui as a teammate? Would she synergize with NiaH?
Hisui doesn't really do. I wouldn't really say Hisui does much for NiaH, just because Hisui is a really selfish character where she just goes in, look for those angles to find the pick potential, looks for those angles on the back line, or kind of really does her own thing, right? So those like bruiser characters, I would say don't synergize as well with NiaH, but I mean there are some that have CC that could, you could really follow up with, like maybe like Nikki, obviously, right? Who has a purge uppercut, you could just easily use your combos on that. Characters like Lien, maybe you could follow up on, but I think since Hisui doesn't really have any hard CC, not really. Hisui is also just a character that doesn't really synergize as well with other characters anyways, because she is just a really selfish type of character where she just relies on herself to like solo carry.
I was like, well, the Lenny. I was like, what are we? Oh. All right, what do you have coming through this time?
Really gonna get the 11 that we were promised.
This is an 11. Oh, there's the 11. Whoa. Is it time?
I think her best characters are probably just like I said before, the characters that have like that lockdown CC, right? Like 11, Alonzo. I think Maya's fine, but Maya's one of those more of those tanks that sort of dive in, right? And they kind of get in there, and he doesn't really have enough follow up for Maya. I mean, she can dash on forward or use a pistol skill to make the distance, but you are going to be putting yourself at risk there. So I think like just any tank is fine though with NiaH. My is all like a harder character to play as well, for sure. Yeah, like a harder tank.
Yeah, Fishy, we mentioned that earlier that Nikki was a really good option as well.
Yeah, this character is a lot like Adela, where you just play off of like your QW when it's like your like queen combo, almost kind of like.
Survivors, prepare to enter the experiment.
All right. This is the one. I could feel it. It's the 11. Like, the Sing Sing Wu 11 is something that everyone gets a treat to.
My God.
So this will be the one.
Neo will remember that. Neo will remember that.
What's her resting animation? Is anything cool?
Just
Oh,
like
she's
playing
just-
games.
They're just playing little games. She's like Alex, except she doesn't get like a chair. She has to sit on the floor.
Yeah.
So sad.
Survivors, prepare to enter the experiment.
Does Super have a Twitch that he streams on? He does.
I do. Superior 1 with the 0 as a 1 because unfortunately it was taken. So knows what it is.
Could not be the OG Superior.
Not him, unfortunately.
Not everyone can be him.
No.
I'm trying to think. What do you think about Queen of Hearts, or is a CDR not worth it to swap when you already have Holy Orders?
No, definitely not Queen of Hearts. But the reason why is because you want the percent up, right? If you're losing out on the percent up for like 10% CDR, that's not really worth it, I would say. You go Queen of Hearts when you have like a build that already has a CDR chest piece. So if you already have like I'm just gonna blink here. If you already have
I'm bored.
like maybe Elegant Gown as your like your chest piece, or you're running like covert agent, then it's fine to transition to Queen of Hearts. But outside of that, no, you don't go Queen of Hearts. Like you just upgrade lane to like your blood weapon if possible.
I gotta do this every match.
Okay. We're prepping Sang Sang Wu for Nias to play in wild cards. That's what's going on.
Exactly.
It just works.
The 11's gonna be coming out.
Too weak for me.
All right.
Easy.
We are ready to go.
Might need to set a reset.
All right, trying to think of like anything else.
Builds. Gonna walk down to the wolves. Usually, I think hostile wolves are better just because they're a lot closer.
At least there's no demon there.
That's why I like coming down here instead for my prep.
Party up and farm some more. Easy.
Okay. We
Stronger monsters than these.
are ready to go.
Things down here, so maybe we could look for this team fight.
From the
Gonna ping my opponent or my teammates. Come over. Wait for them. Maybe jump in, get a taunt. Follow up with that taunt there. Should die. So second
job,
the taunt comes
Blue.
down or any CC comes down, you can just blink on forward. Just make sure you're there to follow up and you just one shot them.
Beautiful taunt by Sang Sang Wu. Good job, buddy.
Yeah. Are you looking 10 times better than the Mai?
Okay.
So yeah. So now you could either choose to. So when you're in this like situation, you can go to stream to get the bears, but I like coming down here for the cemetery dogs. The cemetery dogs I think are more XP. Like the dog packs are more XP. But the problem is usually people contesting, but we didn't see any pings earlier, so it should be free. Because usually, every time you make a, or if you kill an animal, there'll be like a ping noise sometimes. We didn't see any down here, and then there's 4 animals, so like 90% of the time, at least 1 ping will be made down here. So since we didn't see any, we come down here. It's free. We get those animals, and we're looking pretty good here in terms of credit count and XP.
Yippee. Setting up
The cams here get set up for the tree. It looks like meteor might be free as well. Start getting items for prep.
My time to shine.
Honestly, if you go into a zone early, you could grab the cams to get you always want to go to the zone early, grab cams so you can set up and see if the objective is free. Since it is, we could actually play for both the tree and meteor here, because we have both the cameras for both zones, and we see there's no one really that's in the zone, so we actually greed for both of them. You look at the minimap. Once the zone swaps, everything is free. I could see as well that archery that has the wolf pack is free, and factory. So I'm just gonna go walk down to factory here, and we could also get another objective.
Time to shine.
Let's run Esteban. I'm not gonna chase him. I'm gonna walk down here, just grab the
From the
wolf pack as well. So we're gonna get a lot of value here. It looks like this team is coming down because I think they know, or they also want the wolf pack down here.
We gotta go this way, same thing. We're in an awkward spot, buddy.
Get a lot of value. You get the wolf pack as well. We grab all the farm down here. Do have a random meteor on me. I can't really slam, but I guess I can just quickly, before we take the scene fight, slam these. Use my 1-up, so we live from this combo, and he's gonna die. See, people always forget about the 1-up. He full set it on me. I just press my 1-up button, and I don't die.
There's another team too. Awkward.
Oh,
Did you slam
I
the
wanna-
meteor?
Oh no, I still have it. I want to craft it. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just walk up here, get our 4 square buy-ins maybe, if we can. It's gonna be a huge swing.
Someone was asking what the cooldown is on 1-up. I know it's
32
long.
seconds. Yeah, it's pretty long, but if you level it and you have CDR, it's actually not that long.
Run by an evil corp.
Get surrounded here, maybe waiting for the taunt. Oh, that was a good buffer buy him.
Oh my gosh, I got stuck in the corner. This is not good. I did the thing. I ran into the box and I got stunned. When is it Nia available and ranked? Tonight. I don't remember the exact time though.
Yeah, we're gonna let you have day scan here, so I'm gonna wait to see what's free, and then we can teleport to you.
Nothing is free. What if I told you that? There's temple bears, I guess.
Temple Beach.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I didn't get my 4 score buy-in, so I think we were a lot weaker than the other team. Since they had 2 4 scores, so we were actually like about equal strength. Things under, so we have to be a little careful here. Do want to buy though, but if they walk up here, it might be pretty bad.
Might be a little bad because I have a lot of money. It's a little awkward.
Just scanned us. I'm gonna walk back.
Oh.
Give me a second. Want to buy? I want to craft.
Oh my
watch out for
gosh.
third party. Come down this way.
That's it. Where's the other team? That's what I'm scared
A lot of
about.
damage on them.
Every
Ah,
team
I
is
just
still
think
here,
she's
though.
Yeah.
Any world buffs I can get for meditating?
Man!
I'm not gonna have like now, so definitely have to be a little careful.
I have so much money. I want to buy so bad. I am starved.
Let me look for this.
I have no idea what I'm
What?
doing.
I think I'm in.
Oh my god. He did the thing.
Go, we can look for more. Bigger taunt here. Let's follow up. CC. Chase them down here. Maybe
Oh my
solo.
gosh, we're still going. Guys, I have so much money.
You can buy here. Oh,
I don't think I can.
no,
Can we
no,
just
no,
leave?
yeah. I'm down. We could just
Let's rock.
maybe look to buy in gas station. It's gas station archery.
Maybe 6 wasn't the best choice. I'm like sitting here begging. I'm like, oh, please. I'm sitting on 600.
Yeah. We definitely need to get your items here.
It's just a normal day.
Oh,
What are
Nia's?
Nia's weaknesses and counters as we are running away?
I think you should buy. You just buy. Oh, they're here now. They're here. I don't have to get up pretty now.
Are they leaving? Can I just...
They is playing. All right, bye.
I don't think they're gonna leave.
Okay, we definitely fight them.
No exploding barrels?
Oh, damage.
Okay, the counter
Should be
Nia ulti? What the heck is going on?
there. Nice. Yeah, if you ever hit like a 2-man WQ, like just drop your ult as well. Like you guys kind of just saw like how much AoE damage I did into the. They just all died.
We're playing the game of how many credits can I get until I'm able to buy.
Oh, red gun. I'm just gonna pop it. Hopefully I get like a helmet here. What do we get? Oh,
No, he's got that. Oh, he's getting the potatoes. There's also a box in school.
we good. But I think we just want to buy. Maybe buy down here in the police station while we wait for this red box.
Someone asked if Inquisitor is good on Nia.
I would say so, just because a lot of time you're looking to burst down and one-shot people. But I think the build right now for most mages is to go Dev Dragon Scale, and I don't think you could fit Inquisitor Dragon Scale. I mean, I guess you could Persona, but I think having like the cheaper tree is better instead of playing like a 4/4 score build. I think that's like a little too much.
The 4-core.
See, it's gonna be shoes. I'm getting
Wait.
pinged, so
Wait, why did 6 take what?
I'm surprised he took it for top roots. Yes, you know,
Oh nah!
Nia will remember that.
I'm gonna have a lot of bad things to say during wild cards on Saturday, man. You better watch yourself saying thing. What? Alright, day 4, I'm buying your blood, by the way.
Oh, okay, sure. I'm actually down to go to Bloods here.
What's Nia's role on a team? Does she require a team to play around her, or could she be slotted anywhere as a sub DPS?
She's a main DPS, like a main DPS backline mage. I would
this guy?
say, oh, I was about to craft that. I was about to craft Viking Hump for a second.
I would say yes. She's like a main DPS.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me why my 11 took my shoes, took a 4-score over me?
Let's go Blood Weapon, and then we could also go maybe for our Upper Mask here. I need a couple more credits.
Oh, there's people above us.
Maybe a blessing.
Yeah.
We can fight this team, honestly. Oh, I think this might be 2 teams. Because there's things above them too. Go for this. Wow.
I got flashed on.
Should be able to get the blink or the rest here.
The
coming
Deons are
down
here.
On dead. Uh-oh.
You know, I'm not gonna
We'll
say
get away.
this isn't
Yes.
because
Maybe get the rest.
Yep.
Let's get the rest. Why is he killing animals?
he needs the animal points, man. They're very, very important. Okay, then we're using the white lily.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Huh.
I'm dead. I got a CC chain there, so I can't even use my one up.
Uh-oh.
It's a little unfortunate because I think they were going for the rest too, which is why they came around.
Yeah.
Yeah, the window is really small, so you can't really use your like. I couldn't channel my one up in the CC because if I use it too early, like I wouldn't have gotten it off.
Yeah, yeah.
He should go school here. I don't know why he's going that way.
Oh my gosh, we see people. Hmm. There's a lot of interesting things that have happened this game.
All right. Oh, not bad.
I'm back, but I'm very sad.
We're
That's
pretty far
okay, though.
behind now, but I think it's still winnable.
There are people here in the gymnasium.
Get my craft. I'm coming up.
Alright. Can we catch this Hudson?
Beyond team's a little strong. I don't think we want to pick them, but we have wicked buff as well.
This is not good.
Yeah, I can't really do much. There's a guy running me down.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like you guys got on your end though. Oh,
Not anymore. It might be Jover! Oh,
Oh.
the on air misses the wall. We go down in
I,
flames.
yeah, I think we were I think we were dead anyways there, unfortunately, because Lumi wasn't gonna be able to rotate around.
In time, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay. As they say, you can't win them all.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. They are playing like the enemy was also playing like dive team, which sort of counters Nia. I can't really win the 1v1 into like a full dive like someone who could easily stick on to me when I don't have like your tank, because I think Sangsing went over towards you to appeal for you instead. So you guys were playing the 2v2 and then I was playing my 1v1, and then
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of a little hard for me to deal with that Leon there, but yeah, I mean, pretty solid games, I think, still, right? We got second and third.
Yeah.
So
I mean, not so bad.
definitely not too bad.
Yeah. It is what it is. But is there anything else you wanted to say here? You know, this is your time to say whatever you want. You know, put in your plugs, say your stuff.
I mean, I stream the game, I cast, so I think a lot of people know me already, but yeah, I do stream on Twitch if you guys want to, watch some turn return gameplay. I do have a YouTube channel as well. I've been uploading a little more over there, but yeah, I mean, I think she's pretty solid, but she does have her downside, so I don't think she's as good as everyone thinks she is, but I would say she's a pretty solid like backline mage if you do have that lockdown CC to follow up or to really mesh the character, well together.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, I think that is all we have, unless anybody has any last minute questions here as I close up. If I see them by the time I close up, then we will answer them. Yeah, thank you for joining. I saw a couple new faces here, so it was a lot of fun to see you guys here. We do this for every new character, roughly like a week or 2 weeks after they do come out. So yeah, if you ever want to learn about the new character, do that. Otherwise, you always can find us here doing ERCS, ERM as well. So make sure you come by and see that. Do I have a Twitch? I do, but I haven't streamed in a long time. So if you do find me streaming, it's like it's a rarity. A couple times a year when I have the time, but I also work full time, so it's kind of hard to fit them in. But when I do, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, if you want to stop around, for sure do that. Otherwise, I am in Character Hub. I did see someone post that as well. I help manage that. So if you have any questions, feel free to ping me in there. Other than that, thank you for joining us all for PRO-Fessors. I hope you guys all have a nice rest of your night. Be sure to come back for ERCS this weekend. It's wildcards and finals, so it's going to be a crazy weekend.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there, but, I will be cheering my team on.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was great. It was great for you guys to have me again. I always love doing these for professors to try to teach newer players or just anyone who's really unfamiliar with the game exactly maybe how to get better if they have any questions. I answer any question if you guys have any questions as well over on my stream if you guys are interested in that as well. But yeah, I mean, it's great to be here for the fourth time. Maybe you guys will see me again for one of the characters in the later seasons, maybe in season 8. Supposedly gonna be the best season of the date, so
yeah, for sure. That. Our last question of the night: does Arda and Nia have good synergy together?
Honestly, I would say they can, because they can both follow up with each other, right? Arda has that lockdown CC with the double dice, or if Nia ever gets a catch, Arda can follow up as well. So those type of mages where they have that that lockdown CC where they can lock a target down for maybe about like a second. They could pair pretty well with each other because they could both play off of each other's stuns.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, that is your last bit of wisdom for the night. You guys all have a nice rest of your night. Make sure you Q ranked Q Nia tonight, and we will see you this weekend for ERCS. Have a nice rest of your night.
Yeah, thank you guys. See you guys this weekend if you guys are planning to come by. Take care. Bye-bye.